Hello, Scorpio. Welcome. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Scorpio. It's your birthday month. I'm on a Scorpio cusp. I just had a birthday, so I'm on your birthday train. Let's see what the messages are. Your angel messages are Seraphina. I think you've had this. No, I'm thinking of another card that looks similar. But Seraphina says, I am the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So let's see what the additional message has to say for Seraphina. That's sweet. Seraphina says, your prayers about family have been heard, and I have been sent to watch over you and answer your prayers. I am here to tell you about a beautiful change coming to your family. You are going through a period of adjustment right now to prepare for this change. It might feel chaotic or disorganized, but be assured that this is simply part of the nesting process. I will guide you through this time and help you with any upsets that may occur. Any challenges will stimulate forthright discussion, and this truth is very cleansing. It helps you to know your feelings and priorities on a deeper level and allows you to share with others in a deeply honest way. So, this could be of course, a new baby coming, a new child. It could be, new step-parent. It could be, a new brother-in-law. It could even be changes to your spiritual community, but anyone who you consider to have a close and intimate relationship with who is part of your support system. So let's see. Seraphina goes on to say, then, when the purpose of the turmoil has been served, the storm will blow over, revealing blue skies for all. This happy change or addition to your family is divinely ordered. Surrender any worries to God and allow heaven to serve as your spiritual family who helps, guides, and watches over you. We love you very much. That's so sweet. And whenever we're going through pain and challenges, it's so hard to see what the heck kind of lesson is God trying to teach me now. So if there is turmoil and pain, then just know that soon the clouds will part and the sun will shine, and you will know what those challenges were for. So we have hasten with the Seven of Swords. So you might be doing some sneaky stuff, Scorpio, or someone might be doing sneaky stuff around you because, like I said, I'm on a Scorpio cusp. I know some of the characteristics of Scorpio, and I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, and so I know how we can operate, and we can be very sneaky, right? We can be very secretive, very mysterious, and it's not always a bad thing. A lot of people think the Seven of Swords is like this lying, cheating, deceptive card, but it's not always. Sometimes sneakiness is not always terrible, but let's see. Spirit, thank you. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio. One more. Aww, cute. Okay, so this does definitely talk about a change in family because we have the World and the Ten of Pentacles, and they're a little different in this deck, but I'll go through the cards. And I also wanted to say that we have snakes here, so that talks about this sneaky, slithery aspect. And paired with hasten, it's like you're trying to maybe accelerate a process by going about it in a sneaky way. But nevertheless, we have the World, and so some of you definitely might have a little babe coming into your life. And we see a mother who's just given birth, and she has gestated this baby for 9 months. She's carried it in her belly. She's ate all the healthy foods. She has abstained from all the harmful things that could hurt her baby, and she's cared and nurtured. She read to her baby while it was in the womb. She sang to her baby. She said prayers for her baby, and after 9 months, after all that hard work, she went through all this pain, right? Childbirth is pain. And giving birth and going through labor is intense, and it's a lot of hard work. But she finally did it, and she survived, and she pushed out this baby, and this baby is healthy and happy and ready to be out in the world. Similarly, the baby right here, he or she was in the womb for 9 months, and so the baby came to a plateau, right? The baby came to maturity, and so it was hanging out in the belly for 9 months, and then all of a sudden, whoa, what's happening? I'm like exiting this safe, soft belly. What's going on? I like it here. It's warm. It's cozy. What's happening? Why am I moving? Why am I there's a reason that babies cry whenever they come out into the world, because the world's so scary, right? There's bright lights and there's lots of noise, and it can be just a little disorienting, right? But this baby is on to the next phase of his life. So that's what the world is talking about. It's effort put in and cycling back around to the next phase, right? The next revolution. I also can talk about birthday. So this could be your birthday, right? The sun, we circle around the sun. So this is your however many years you've been alive. It might be significant if you're 21, because we have 21 right here. But you have been on this earth for X number of years, and you made it, baby. It's your birthday. You're still alive. And then we also have these two medical professionals here, doctor, nurses, and they had to go through all this training, and they finally passed their exams, and so they got certified. So that's something they had to complete. That's a cycle they had to go through. That's a test and training they had to go through to get certified. And then they interact with this woman, and they coach her through the process. They give her what she needs. They cheer her on whenever she's trying to push this baby out, and so they achieve something too. So everyone in this picture has achieved something. This card is about achievement. So whatever end of the spectrum you're on, this talks about graduation, completion, a full rotation, a full revolution, right? We also have the Ten of Pentacles, and so this is another like childlike card in this deck. And the Ten of Pentacles is the retirement card or inheritance card. It's about putting aside, well, first of all, it's about 2 income streams. So it's about having responsibilities that include a wife or a husband, or like a life partner, right? We're in this together. We're going to buy this house. We're going to build this tree house for our children. So a pair of people who are committed to an end goal and committed to each other and responsible for each other. And they set aside like $40 a month. And then by the time they retire, they can build this tree house for their grandkids, right? So this talks about just family security, family wealth, family money. You might be getting gifts on your birthday as a result of family money. But then we have a little tricky card here with this sneaky, maybe a completion you're waiting on, or I want to say settlement. So for some of you, this could be settlement. This could be like settlement, retirement, pension, inheritance, something like that. So you might be a little sneaky, wanting to get it quicker to yourself. This is also a card of strategy, so you might be trying to like strategize how to get more of it or how to get it quicker. I see quicker because we see hasten. But in this particular deck, the Seven of Pentacles, it's always a card about waiting for the seeds that you've planted to harvest. So in the background we have these farmers, and they're tilling the land, tilling the soil, making it fertile for seeds, tending to it, nurturing it, giving, kind of like a mother would, right? Whenever she's gestating a baby, like giving the land the best opportunities possible for the most healthy fruit, right? And on the side here, we have a lot of growth. We have roses growing on the side of the house. So planting your seeds and waiting for the return. In the foreground, we see a woman who has let looks like a dove of peace or a carrier pigeon out. She's setting it free. And I always think of it as like a carrier pigeon sending out a message. And so you know someone's going to send a message back to you. So planting something into the universe, planting a message into the universe, and waiting for a message to return. So when it's reversed, it can signify to me an impatience with your seeds not blooming fast enough. And because we have hasten and Seven of Swords, you might be trying to do shortcuts, and I wouldn't recommend doing shortcuts, actually. Reversed, it's like a lack of faith that these seeds are going to bloom, and so you need to trust more, like this woman is letting this bird free. You need to trust more that you will get a return on your investments. Next, speaking of investments, let's go to our money, health, and career messages, and we have masks paired with the Hierophant. Hierophant is a good, well, I guess it depends. We'll see what the other cards have to say, but it's usually a good card for career. Usually talks about your traditional careers, like corporate America, 9 to 5. I get paid time off. I get an hour lunch break, like very structured jobs. So you might be in a job like that. Unfortunately, because it's paired with masks, and again, we'll see with the other cards, because it's paired with masks, you might be feeling like you're in this corporate environment and you're wearing this mask of like Don Draper. I have it all together. I iron my shirts and I am here 10 minutes early every day, but inside, because it's a mask, then there's something like not genuine about that. So let's see. We have Compass reversed. Let's see what the message is for Compass. And with the map of the Oracle, I like to read the upright and the reversed message together because it just gives like more of a whole message. Let me describe the image to you. It's kind of like a compact mirror compass, and instead of north, south, east, west, it has the astrological signs on going around. So like Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. So it might be talking about orbiting, things lining up in the right time. But let's see. Okay, so upright compass says, as long as you orient your compass to true north, the direction of your higher power will never be lost. Upright compass says, you're entering uncharted territories right now and can expect wonderful new experiences. To stay on the highest path of your destiny, you'll need to keep your compass pointed to true north. Only spirit or higher power can serve this function. Money, property, prestige, romance, and other material achievements can't help you find your true path. Kind of like the masks and the Hierophant, because the Hierophant offers a lot of job security, you know, like it's like those 9 to 5 jobs are definitely more of a predictable income than, say, like self-employment. But anyway, let's continue. They are simply things you may experience along the journey. Know that Spirit is working in your life, so even if you feel lost temporarily, it will be easy to find your way. Have faith and trust, for your compass with Spirit as true north will ensure that you'll never be lost, even on a starless night when all seems dark. Okay, so keep that message in mind. That's going to resonate for some of you. And let's move on to the reverse message. Reversed compass says, what is your higher power right now? Whatever you constantly focus on long enough becomes your higher power. If you worry about financial insecurity, materialism is your idol. If you obsess over a relationship, that is your God. If you're concerned about your weight or your looks or your status, you've lost your personal power and your way. Ooh, I like that message because, again, I know how... I know the characteristics of Scorpio because I have a little bit of Scorpio in me, and I can be really obsessive, and I know that that's a common trait among Scorpios, is the obsessiveness, the intensity, and sometimes it feels like I can't control it, right? So I understand. So perhaps you're dealing with an obsessive nature as far as the mask you're wearing, like underneath the mask you're wearing, like you're... Anyway. Let's go on. So, nothing but spirit can be your guiding force. You'll never truly find what you seek if these worries and distractions are your constant focus. Surrender and shift your compass. Be still and watch as the needle points to true north. Align yourself and you'll easily find your way back to where you're meant to be. I think that was a really good message for Scorpio. Spirit, Spirit, Spirit. Could you give us clarification on masks in the Hierophant for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio? Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. I don't think those are for you. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Please give us God-given guidance for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio for their money. That's not for you either. For their money, health, and career. Money, health, and career of Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Could you clarify masks and the Hierophant for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio? Thank you, thank you, thank you. For money, health, and career. Money, health, and career for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio. One more. We have Nine of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Eight of Chalices. So, yeah, I do see if you are in corporate America, I feel for some of you Scorpios, you might be stuck in a job that you don't like. And I feel like sometimes the King of Pentacles reversed is like someone stealing your money, because we have this open vault here, right? The King of Pentacles. You could also be dealing with a Taurus, definitely, but a Virgo or a Capricorn as well. And the King of Pentacles is someone who is the master of his resources. He invests, he makes the best investments. He doesn't gamble his money. He saves his money, he invests his money in the right things, and he makes sure that he has this Ten of Pentacles, that he has this nest egg, that he has all the security that he needs. Sometimes when it's reversed, it can mean like money slipping through your fingers, you are bad with money, that someone's stealing your money because, you know, we have this open vault. But in this reading, I feel like it's saying, you know, this job may offer you financial security. This job may offer you stability that you need, but money isn't everything, right? Because flanking this card, we have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is a card about anxiety. It's a card about worry and doubt and nightmares. It's staying up at night, sleepless nights, waking up in the middle of the night, just not getting good sleep. And it's a result of being too much up in your head, of having too many thoughts circulating your head. And in this deck, we see a man who is in a bird cage and he is sulking, right? And the cage door is open, so he could easily get out of that cage. But it's like he wants to stay in his own misery. But he doesn't belong in that misery, right? He is feeling trapped, but he's not trapped. He can just walk out of this cage. Birds belong in a cage. He doesn't belong in a cage. So this traditional 9-to-5 corporate America job you may have. You're putting on a mask and staying in this position that doesn't actually suit you. And while it may give you money, while it may give you financial security, you feel like you don't belong, right? Because a man doesn't belong in a cage. Birds belong in a cage. And the last card is the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups reversed. The Eight of Cups upright is talking about spending a lot of time cultivating something, spending a lot, like emotionally investing in something. See, there's a lot of growth and bloom, flowers blooming down here. And to me in this deck, it kind of talks about like a vacation, because you can always come back to all of this. So it's like exploring like new horizons, because he has his hiking stick. He's going on a hike. So either you can be working too hard and not taking vacations for yourself, but I feel like the Eight of Cups is also a card about walking away, like walking away from something that no longer serves you, something that maybe was once emotionally fulfilling but is no longer fulfilling, and something you put a lot of time and effort and your heart into, but it's just run its course, right? Reversed, I see that you're staying in a place that you should leave. You are not taking the right breaks that you need to. So flap your wings and fly, Scorpio. Get out of there. Even if it's just a vacation, just to like realign you with what you need, what you want, and what you deserve out of a career. Okay, let's see. For love, we have opportunities. That's good. And the Two of Cups reversed. That's not so good. But let's see what the other cards have to say, because nothing is permanent, right? Okay, so we have you are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. Excuse me. And in this card, I love the artwork on these Whispers of Love cards. On this card, we have it's usually like several layered images, but we see a unicorn and a beautiful peacock woman and swans. What else do we see? Fairies up here. But whenever I see a unicorn, I see that limitless potential, because, you know, I mean, obviously people will say unicorns don't exist. I mean, we all know they don't, but unicorns have no limits. Like if they do exist, then that goes beyond our limited minds saying that they don't exist, right? Do you feel me, Scorpio? We're only limited by our minds, and our minds say that unicorns don't exist. Fairies don't exist. But that's just a limit in our heads. So perhaps you're getting all these opportunities around you and you're feeling a disconnect, but there might be some limitations of your mind. Spirit, thank you. Could you give us clarification on the Two of Cups reversed and opportunities for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio, please? Please surround us with the warm, light, living light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio in their love and personal life. Spirit, could you clarify the Two of Cups reversed and opportunities for Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio? For Scorpio and all those who love Scorpio in their love and personal life. Could you clarify the Two of Cups reversed and opportunities? This is the last one. Eight of Swords reversed. Awesome. Knave of Chalices. I like it. And the Chariot reversed. Okay. You could be dealing with a Cancer. But let's move through these. So, this is totally the opposite of this card, of him feeling trapped, right? In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the 8 of Swords is someone who is blindfolded and they have 8 swords surrounding them. And it's a card of feeling trapped. You're trapped in your thoughts. But the key is to take off your blindfold, see the truth, and maneuver around seemingly insurmountable swords that really aren't a big deal. In this deck, it's a woman who is half naked and she's clothed. She's covering herself with a blanket. She has her head in her hand, and she has all this worry and anxiety, all these ghosts, all these thoughts are haunting her. All the, like, her past is haunting her. A lot of things are haunting her, and they're chasing her down this hallway. Reversed, I think this is you or someone you know telling those ghosts to stick it where the sun don't shine, and you can't trap me, and I'm not going to surrender to those thoughts, surrender to those limiting, feeling trapped thoughts. So that's very good. And here we have the Knave of Chalices, and it's a little, this again could be you, could be Cancer, could also be a Pisces. But it's a water sign, and it's the least mature of the water signs, but I still think in this particular deck it holds a really good message, because we see a man who is holding a stick, and he's going through this dry, hot, desolate desert, and he's trying to find water, right? He's a water sign, so he's trying to find water. And he can't see it. Everything's dry, everything's hot, everything's cracked and hard. And so he can't see the water, but he knows that water's there because he sees trees around him. So he knows there's growth, right? He knows there's potential. So he's using this stick as kind of like a metal detector almost, to find his way through the desert, find nourishment and hydration through the desert, right? And he has to use his intuition, he has to use his inner compass to detect where feelings are, to detect who is the right person for him. So while you may be experiencing disconnects with people, because the Two of Cups is usually like soulmate, sweet, like loving togetherness type of love. It's like the lower version of the Lovers. So it's a lower version of soulmate twin flame energy, but it's a very sweet energy. So you might be feeling a disconnect in that department, but you know that you'll have more opportunities. You're not trapped in your head. You know that you will, the opportunities are available to you even if it seems like nothing is there right now. Then we move on to the Chariot, and this could be a Cancer in your life. When the Cancer is at their shadow end, they are moody, they are secretive, they can close themselves off, they can sort of lie and hide their feelings. But if you're not dealing with a Cancer, this could talk about feeling out of control. The traditional Rider-Waite deck shows man who is driving into the frontier away from civilization, and he is on his chariot and he's pulling two different horses in two different directions. A white horse is going this way and a white horse is going that way. And it talks about having control within yourself to rein these two opposing energies in and direct it to the path you want to go. So it talks about drive, it talks about focus and determination and control. Upside down, I don't really see a lack of control. Maybe it's being too controlling. Perhaps you are being too controlling in where this water source, where this source of love is coming from, right? That's going to make sense to some Scorpios. I'm not going to mince words about it, because for the Scorpios who that's for, they'll know. I also got this message that you're going to meet someone like from a car. Like, if you're single, I don't know, I'm getting this image that, like, you're gonna be, like, waiting for the bus, or just, like, standing outside smoking or something, and then, this, like, Romeo is gonna pull up and, flirt with you. So for some of you, I guess that's gonna apply. In this particular deck, it kind of shows, like, this rock star has a Corvette, and lots of fans, lots of fame and notoriety. He has a guitar in his hand, and so maybe some smooth-talking rock star's gonna hit on you. I don't know where that's coming from, but I hope some Scorpios will let me know if that's them. I've just never got that particular image or message from that card. So, let's see if I get any hits from, I'm getting, like, your kids are going to surprise you with a gift. I felt compelled to tell this story because it came to mind. One year, we had this cat. My parents were divorced. We had this cat, my mom did, and I. And my stepsister got this book that had 101 ways to torture a cat. So she would, like, push it in the toilet when it would get a drink of water. She would put tape on its feet so it would tap dance around. And we were just mean to it. And I was the younger sibling, so I, like, looked up to her, you know. So eventually that cat was a bitch, and so she was just this terror on the household, and my mom was like, oh my god, this cat is driving me crazy. She would, like, attack your ankles and, like, bite until you, like, she drew blood, right? And so for, I think it was Father's Day, or I think it was Father's Day and not my dad's birthday, in order to get that cat out of my mom's house, I gave my dad the cat as a gift, as, like, a Father's Day gift, but it was, like, it was such a terror on in my mom's house, but it was, like, my dad's best friend, and my dad loved that cat, and it was probably the best gift I ever got him. So I feel like it's gonna be something like that, maybe not necessarily a cat, but something that, is, like, seemingly, a terror, is actually, like, the best gift for you. I'm not getting any of my usual hits at the end of this. I usually have very specific things. I am not coming up with any of them. You might be, if you are a new parent, you might be setting up, like, bonds or college funds for your child. You might have, some of you might have separated from a partner and you're kind of living, like, a rock star life. I don't see any, like, cheating or anything, but you could just be, like, you know, when the boss is away, the cats will play, or whatever that phrase is. That's what I'm getting there. You might be meeting a musician you really like, or, like, sending a, like, fan club message to them, I'm seeing. If you are a musician, you might be submitting a song. But that's all I'm getting, Scorpio. I hope you have a great birthday month. It was a pleasure reading for you. Let me know in the comments if any of this resonated, and I will see you next week. I love you very much. Bye.